G'day and welcome to the channel Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these are my movie reviews. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. It truly is appreciated. And if you're wondering what we're doing here, well, we're wrapping up SAWtember with Spiral from the Book of Saw. Now, all through September, I've been looking at the sawfilm franchise in the lead up to Saw 10, which is coming out, well, this week. But I'm not the only one. No, I'm not. My good friend Carrie over at Carrie Crave Cinema has also been looking at Saw films all through September. She's been doing SAWtember as well, and she just hit 1,000 subscribers. So well done, Carrie. That is awesome to see. So good stuff. Hey, if you haven't already subscribed to Carrie, link will be down below. Make sure you pop on over, subscribe to her channel, check out her content. It's fantastic. Also, my good friend JT over at JT's Horror Discussions. Have you ever wondered what you should do if you get caught in one of these traps? Check out his Saw survival guide. Get you out of any mistake or any trap that you happen to come across. Actually, that's not true. Don't quote me on that. You'll still probably get, trapped. Anyway, this film is the so far last release film in the Saw franchise, and it came out in 2001. We do have the new one coming out, like I said, this week. But look, let's get into this one anyway. I will be discussing plot specifics and there will be spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen this one, and you're gonna have to bear with me because there's a lot in this one that I need to unload on. It's a tough one. So, directed by Darren Lynn Bousman, this film stars Chrisrock, Max Minghella, hope I'm pronouncing that right, Marisol Nichols, Zoe Palmer, and many, many more, plus Samuelljackson. Yeah! Alright, so we're off to a good start because this has a really good cast like Chrisrock, Samuelljackson, Zoe Palmer. She's been in a lot of things. Really good actors. Marisol Nichols, fantastic. The whole cast really good. This is a spin-off to the popular Saw franchise that has captivated horror enthusiasts for nearly 2 decades. It's not a direct sequel though. It takes elements from the original series and makes it its own in an attempt to reboot the franchise. Did it succeed? Well, let's find out. Now, directly from IMDb, a criminal mastermind unleashes a twisted form of justice in Spiral, the terrifying new chapter from the Book of Saw. Now, I mentioned the cast, and look, this is a tough one because this is a really good cast, and it's one of the key strengths of Spiral. And it needs to lie in the characters. It needed to. Chris Rock's portrayal of Zeke Banks does add a fresh perspective to the franchise. Zeke is dealing with a lot of personal and professional issues, and it tries to make him a more relatable character. His partnership with his rookie partner, William Schenk, played by Max Minghella, like I said, probably butchering that name, but whatever. It does add an interesting dynamic as they attempt to solve the case while facing their own challenges. However, that part, and I'll touch on that in the writing, the twist and whatnot, it just did not make any sense. So, like I said, a lot to unload in this one. To be honest, I generally enjoy Chris Rock. His performance here, though, or more particularly his character, is rather grating. And a lot of it felt forced, like he was almost trying too hard. It didn't feel natural in certain scenes. There's a scene where Marisol Nichols' character has been caught in a trap and has died. The way he's walking away, I don't know, maybe because I've never been in that situation, I don't know. But there's also other scenes where it just feels like he's just being loud for the sake of being loud. Like he's supposed to be angry, but he's just shouting. The anger isn't, like I said, it felt forced. Anyway, let's move on. Directing and writing is Okay, so this film sees Darren Lynn Bousman return to the director's chair. I didn't have a problem with his previous work in the franchise. I liked it. It had a feel to it. This has a different feel to his previous work. It still has his signature mark, but it does have a more polished and mainstream approach compared to the gritty and low budget feel of the other Saw films, or his earlier Saw films. That's not to say it's a bad thing. I think it's actually quite good. The cinematography and production design is slick, and the film relies less on that gritty, gruesome imagery that had become a hallmark of the series. And this shift in tone actually reflects the evolution of horror cinema, moving away from torture porn, which Saw had been lumped into, which it did start to progress into, yes, but originally it was a more suspenseful, psychological form of horror, and this is what this film tries to bring back into it, and that I really did appreciate. The film also relies heavily on social commentary and is a significant departure from the traditional Saw formula. You know, and it does try to make it its own film with that social commentary that's embedded all throughout this film. It explores themes of systemic racism, police misconduct, abuse of power within law enforcement. It uses the horror genre as a vehicle to address real-world issues, making it a very thought-provoking addition to the franchise. That being said, if you're watching this film for those, you know, that's all well and good. But if you're looking at this film for a horror film, it may kind of take away from that because these things may feel forced upon you. The effects. Now, Spiral doesn't shy away from the iconic Saw traps, but they're less central to the narrative overall than in previous films. The traps in Spiral are more compact and designed to serve or to deliver a message, to make a point, rather than merely torture victims or really throw out the gore there. And this shift is in line with the film's focus on, you know, police corruption and the concept of justice. Rewatchability is a tough one because for a couple of things, and I'm going to say this out there, I did not like the killer in this one. The pig mask, I understand, like that's fine, whatever. It is not, they are not using the iconic Billy the Puppet in this one. They are using the pig mask or a variation of it. But the voice used in those tapes was not like, it just didn't have the same effect. It didn't have that same punch. You know, that I want to play a game voice, that johnkramer voice. It was missing that. Like, it really needed that. It sounded almost childlike, this voice, which was, I guess, had a meaning to it, but I don't know, it lost it for me. That was an enjoyable part. Now, like I said, other than that, Spiral maintains a relatively brisk pace, which it does keep you engaged. This pacing, however, sacrifices depth in character development and thematic exploration, which for me made it harder to rewatch. Now, like I said, the twist with this one, you see it coming, I'm not going to lie. You do. It's pretty obvious. The fact, and like I said, spoilers, so if you haven't seen it, you're going to get spoiled, so yeah. Okay, so the killer in this one is the rookie partner, William Schenck, alright? I warned you, it's been spoiled. However, why would the Jigsaw copycat killer kill him so in the film? There is no reason for that. He was not involved. He is a rookie cop. It doesn't make sense. The fact that you don't see him die, all of a sudden, oh look, there's a body, it's him. That also, you know, that twist is just, yeah. Anyway, like I said, a lot to unload in this one. It's just, it relies too heavily on convenience, and it does like the intricate storytelling of earlier entries in the franchise. Take Jigsaw, for instance. The reveal of Matt Passmore's character, I think his name was Logan, as the new Jigsaw killer or the apprentice was fantastic. That was done really well. And apologies if you haven't seen that film because I just spoiled it for you as well. Don't care, you were warned. Yeah, alright, moving on. Look, secondly, Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock, he's great, you know, but his performance in this one was not fun to watch. Not at least rewatch it. It just isn't. It's not that he isn't doing a good job. He's a good actor, and it's just that his character's annoyingly loud. Like I said earlier, he's not angry. He's just loud. And like I said, the ending, by trying to emulate the way some of the previous films end, this openness leaves you wanting more, which so far has yet to happen. So on a rewatch, you feel let down because you know there's not going to be any addition to it. Overall, Spiral from the Book of Saw is a commendable attempt to rejuvenate the long-running horror franchise. Like Jigsaw attempted to do, you know, its writing does introduce some new characters and it does explore contemporary social issues, and it delivers the signature Saw traps. And, well, it kind of attempts to put in the twist. I did like the traps, I will say that. Some of those traps were really good. The finger pulling one, oh, that, ouch, yeah. However, the film does, it grapples with underdeveloped character arcs and for social commentary, and the twist ending is, it's kind of too long, and it's not really a twist. Like, that ending just, yeah, really just shit me off, to be honest. Look, whether or not you find Spiral satisfying largely depends on your expectations. Your willingness to embrace a new direction for the Saw series will come into it, and it certainly does attempt to breathe fresh life into the franchise, but it did leave me longing for some of the intricacy and nuance of the original films. It could have been so much more. So, but like I said, overall, not a bad film, not a great film. It is just a middle of the road film for me, especially in the Saw franchise. But for a score, overall, I would give Spiral from the Book of Saw 6 out of 10. So you have it. That is my final Saw franchise review until Saw 10. Hopefully I'll get to see that this week, and I'll have a review out for that one. It will be a 60-second spoiler-free one if I do get to see it this week. If not, maybe the week after, who knows. But there you go. Have you seen this film? What do you think of it? Am I being too harsh on it? Am I being accurate? Let me know down in the comments below. And look, before I go, do give this video a thumbs up, be much appreciated. And of course, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that way you're notified every time I do release a new video. Like I said, hopefully we'll have one for Saw 10 out soon, when it's released, of course, and when I get to see it with work and everything else. It's juggling things, but hopefully soon. And of course, we do have October just around the corner, so you know what that means. Spooktober. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be 31 days of horror. That's a lot of movies to watch, but I've got them all ready to go, and there are some doozies in there. So I'm really looking forward to jumping into that and getting them out there. So look, anyway, I'm rambling on. Look, thank you very much for watching. It's been a blast doing these Saw films over September. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed them as well. You know, let me know if you haven't checked any of my previous Saw ones out. Please do. Like I said, jump on over to Kerry's channel, Kerry Craves Cinema, JT over at JT's Horror Discussions, who have both got great Saw content on there at the moment. They've also got great content in general, so make sure you check them out. I'll also like to give a shout out to everyone else. I just can't do it right now because I'm blabbering on. But look, again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to.
Also, check out JT's Spiral movies or sort of fuck.
You don't have to like me.